Good. Happy Wednesday.
How's it feel to be at the podium today and not?
It's always fun. Always fun to be at work.
Do you have a special throw or a favorite throw that Drake has made this year that stands out for you? Maybe it's the one on the sidelines against the Bills.
The next one?
Steph, you played in huge games, had huge plays in huge games, and you played in loud stadiums. What's the problem posed by running silent count in a place like Denver? You're way out on the edge. Does it impact you guys a lot?
Nah, I think for the receivers, not so much. The interior guys, maybe. I mean, if they can see the ball or not. But on the outside, I mean, before the season even starts, they don't even talk to us about cadence or none of that because we're supposed to be looking at the ball. So I don't think it affects us too much. It's more so when you hear the play, when you're going in the huddle because, you know, it's a loud place. It's a loud place. That was my first game ever. So my first time ever starting a game, I played at Denver. That was the year they won the Super Bowl. So I got a clear image of what that looks like and what it's like. And that was in the regular season. So the P's is, you know, it's way more important. They're going to be loud. They're going to be there for the team. So I'm watching the ball. We all watching the ball. But it's good to, you know, throughout the week, as much as you can simulate that, it'll help out.
Steph, with your experience in the NFL, what characteristics do players have to be successful on the road? And you're 8-0 this year on the road, obviously, with this team. Is it a different animal, though, going into Denver for the AFC Championship than it has been for the first 8 games on the road?
I think mainly you'll just carry whatever you've been doing. Like, you got to trust that whoever you've been, you're going to be that continuing. You got to stay fast. You know, you got to grind just like you usually would. But, you know, our coach preaches identity. You know, that you pack the identity, you pack what you've been doing. We've been on the road throughout this year, and we had some I think, pretty good opponents on the road. Tampa was a hostile place. Buffalo was a hostile place. We played a couple of places that, you know, the crowd got pretty loud, and, you know, you got to band together. You know, I don't expect this to be any different, but going into a game like this, you know, don't do nothing that you haven't been doing. You try to make it more than what it is or less of what it is, you know, that's when things happen. But just take things for what they are. One day at a time. It's just Wednesday right now, so got to approach the Wednesday the right way.
Steph, you've played in conference championship games before. There's one picture of you in Buffalo when Kansas City won it and the confetti is falling around you. How motivated are you to get over this hump and get to the next game?
I'm equally as motivated as I was last week to win the game. I think, like I said, I try not to make things more than what they are. That was a moment in my life, 4 or 5 years ago? I mean, a lot has happened since then. Be where my feet are right now. We got great opportunity in front of us. I think it's everybody over here is laser focused on just today. Trying to win Wednesday right now. You know, can't think about the stuff in the past or what's in front of me. Just think about it right now, and I'm going to take full advantage of that. I'm enjoying being at work. You know, I talk to a lot of my friends on a daily basis. You know, they're not blessed to be at work right now, so I'm just happy to be here.
I know it's a question mark right now, but what would it mean for you guys to get a guy like Mac Hollins back in the line?
Oh, shit. We've all been waiting for Mac. You know, it's been something that we talked about, almost every other day. When we see Mac, everybody's happy to see Mac. Mac has you know, that infectious energy. He approaches the game the right way. We miss him. That's our brother. If we get him back, it'll be great. You know, if we don't, you know, those guys are going to continue to have to step up. I think the guys have stepped up and done a great job. You know, but if we do get him back, you know, we're all going to be excited. You're going to throw a party. Not a real party, by the way.
Josh McDaniels is known as a coordinator who puts players in the best positions to succeed. How have you seen that manifest specifically during this playoff run?
Okay, I just learned a lot, like, throughout the season. I've been in the league for a little while, so learning to be unselfish kind of pans out great for everybody. You know, when you spread the ball around equally and gives you opportunity throughout the postseason to make plays. And I learned a lot just being in this position now. New team, different situation, brand new coach. I got a lot of love and respect for McDaniels. He's taught me a lot. He's taught me more than what I can share. But the selflessness, it comes down to stretch, and it comes in handy. And he always has a trick up his sleeve. I don't know, man. It seems like he's done this before once or twice.
Steph, what have you learned about? It's been harder to score the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, peeve.
What have you learned about the group over the last 2 weeks? Because you've made enough plays to win in advance.
Resilient. It's a tough road. The playoffs is tough for everybody. You know, if you're expecting people to get blown out or nothing, like, I feel like we've played some of the best defenses in the playoffs just on this side of the AFC. I think this is some of the best defenses in the league. It's not gonna be easy to score on them, and showing up in certain moments and picking your spots and trying to make plays at a high level. it's just not the regular season. The regular season, you know, you can score here and things aren't as, you know, I guess not as tight, but everybody's watching tape. Everybody has a whole season of what you like to do and what you're good at. So playing left-handed a little bit, I think our coach does a great job at it. I think our quarterback continues to show up, especially in those moments where things can go left or right. He's making the right read. He's making the right throw, and he's rolling with the punches. Playoff ball, man, it's not going to be pretty, but I'll take an ugly win any day.
What have you learned, Steph, about Drake's ability to bounce back over the course of the season from negative plays?
Real short-term memory. And I don't think none of his plays are really bad plays. It's just plays as part of football, you know. And I watch him and his demeanor, his temperament throughout the game, and it never changes. I think he's consistent. And the more people that band behind him, you see him kind of get rolling. And once he gets rolling, he's real scary. He's a young quarterback, but he has that maturation, or he has had a maturation process second to none, in my opinion.
You guys play better when you have a chip on your shoulder, and you spoke last week about some of the national media counting you guys out. How do you keep that same underdog mentality when maybe on paper you guys might be considered the favorites?
I don't think it's going to change, and paper doesn't matter. You know, you still got to go out there and play football. I think that's a hell of a football team over there. Sean Payton has been around the game for a very long time, been coaching probably longer than I've been alive. He's a hell of a coach. I know he's going to have his guys ready, and they have one of the top defenses in the league. Another test for us. I feel like having a chip on your shoulder, I mean, it's not going to change. It's been the same story all year. I mean, people not really believing in us or whatever, but don't let it get in the way of just the work, you know, but having a chip on your shoulder won't hurt.
Steph, how do you feel you've grown as a player this year?
What you mean?
Just overall, have you grown? This is, you know, you're a veteran player. You're obviously having one of your better years as you've had before. Have you grown as a player this year? Have you learned anything here being with the Patriots?
No, I don't think so. I mean, who I am is, you know, who I am. You know, I don't think I've changed or went in another direction or had this, you know, 180, I guess, or 180, not a 360 or something like that. Who you are carries. You know, I've been the same kind of player since I've been in the league. Since I was a young player, I've always been hungry. I always wanted to win. I've never changed that. I've never changed my mindset on wanting to win and how I approach the game. I work hard and I respect the game. I appreciate it. You know, it was taken from me last year from being injured or whatever, but I never stopped grinding or I never changed my mindset on wanting to win at a high level. And I feel like your reputation will carry no matter what they say with you. Every time I get on a team, it's nothing different. I've been a leader. I've been a guy that work hard, and I've been a guy that's trying to impact the game the best way I can. So as far as like changing or being this new guy, I don't think so. I mean, I guess I would say if you didn't know me on a personal level or knew me as a player or had your own personal encounter with me, you probably would have had many opinions about me. But I mean, that usually changes after you get to know people or you spend some time with people or you've been around them for a little while. So I guess me changing or you having a different outlook on me would be the better question.
Steph,
let's get the Broncos.
I'll give you the last two. Go ahead.
Are you enjoying? I just wanted to have some fun. Are you enjoying these post-game videos from Cardi? Her reactions to the Patriots winning. Are you kind of enjoying those?
It's cool. I got to holler at her about one recently, but it's cool though. I just appreciate the support. She's been an amazing supporter of just me and, you know, the Patriots. She wasn't a football girl before I converted her over, but I'm just thankful to have her in my corner. She's an amazing woman, and, you know, continue to build that relationship. You know, I don't talk too much about my personal life, but she's an amazing woman. I just appreciate her, and hopefully I can build on that and, you know, I guess watch that tree grow.
Steph, to your point about playing another great defense, you look at this secondary in particular with the Denver Broncos. What stands out to you, and how difficult do you think it's going to be for you guys to continue doing what you're doing?
This is another challenge. When I say they got a great defense, they got a great D-line, great back end, great corner, all-pro corner. Guy on the other side plays at a high level. Safety free agent signing that flying around, hitting a lot of people. It's just, they're in linebackers. I know they got their linebacker back as well. They play at a high level, man. It's just another defense. I want to give them all the praise, like, because I respect them. You know, as a player, I've been around this league for a long time. They do a lot of special things over there. And, I mean, we've had many tests throughout the season. This is just going to be another one. I feel like since we got in the playoffs, we played the best defense, and this is going to be, you know, when they go 1, 2, 3 and start ranking defenses, they're all just good. I feel like you can go 1A, 1B, 1C. I mean, I feel like this defense is just, you know, might be 1A. So it's going to be a challenge for us, and I damn sure look forward to it. Appreciate y'all.
Robert, just what are your thoughts? You look at the background behind you to see the stakes of the game, the AFC Championship. What are your thoughts as you begin your preparations for the stakes?
Yeah, we're going to keep the main thing, which is trusting in the process, preparation at practice, and these meetings leading up to practice, and going out there and perform and working on our craft each and every day. And that's been our goal to success, and we're going to stay with that.
Robert, have you've gone against Stidham at least once as a defense? Was that last year? Do you recall?
No, I think it was 2 years ago.
2 years ago? And what was it like defending him as quarterback?
Yeah, this is a brand new team, a brand new defense I'm a part of, a brand new offense that we're going to be going up against. So those past memories are long ago, and we're just going to focus on what they've been doing as an offense and go from there.
Marcus, you've been here since the end of the Belichick era. You've seen this team through all the highs and all the lows, and now here you are, like we said, with that background behind you. What's that journey been like, and how are you feeling in this moment?
Yeah, every year is different, as we know. Being a part of an organization like this, you know, with high standards and everything like that is something that we take pride in. But this year is definitely different off the situation of high stakes. At the end of the day, like, we play football, take it one day at a time and stuff like that. We did a lot of work, like I said, in OTAs all the way into this time. So we've seen what's been working for us and everything from offensive side, defensive side, and also special teams. So being consistent and staying on the path that we've been on is the most important thing.
Mike was asked a question about the altitude. So basically, you want to go out there 3 or 4 days early to get.
We can't control that.
You can't do that. So how do you prepare? You played out there before, both of you. How do you prepare for that?
The main thing is hydration. That's the main thing I've definitely heard. So I'm gonna stick with that. You know, we got to control what we can control, and that's one thing that we can't control.
Robert, when you look at this Broncos offense, as you start studying them, what stands out to you about the challenges that they present?
Yeah, they do a great job with personnel packages. They can align in a lot of funky formations that maybe challenge your rules or challenge your schemes defensively. A lot of motions, a lot of ways to try to find to get people open at the end of the day. So we just got to be really good with our matches, with our locations and zone coverage, and playing sound in the back end, especially this week.
Marcus, going back to just playing in Denver and the altitude, when it comes to returning punts, the ball flight's a little different, a little more hang time. I know you can't replicate that here, but is there anything you can do going into the game to maybe prepare for that?
Nah, you can't do too much about that. I mean, you said the main thing. A little bit more hang time. At the end of the day, just making smart decisions is the main thing.
Marcus, obviously the defense has played with a chip on their shoulder the last few weeks, but now that maybe the tables have turned with, you know, a lot of praise coming to you guys, and you guys are favored now playing against backup quarterback, you know, how do you keep that chip on your shoulder?
Yeah, at the end of the day, we always feel as though no matter what everyone else is, you know, say, we still got stuff to prove. You know, we're trying to always prove ourselves right, not prove other people wrong. So that's kind of the philosophy of what we had for a long time. So that's the main thing.
How much of that comes from Vrabel? Like, it seems like you guys are very level-headed, like, heading into this game. You're not making the moment too big. How much has Vrabel helped in just, like, making sure that that's your identity going forward?
Yeah, I would say just being consistent. You know, the most important one is the next one. So that's our main thing. We don't look too far into the future. We don't worry about what happened in the past. We always, you know, be happy about the situation of getting W's and celebrate that day. And then whenever we get back in the building, it's on to the next week. You know, being in the National Football League, it's a week-by-week league, and we understand that.
Marcus, if you had to describe Robert Spillane as a player, how would you do so?
Oh, man, Spills, first off, communicator, you know, and then anytime fast to the ball, you know, no matter what it is, fitting the gaps. He's a captain of this defense for a reason. He lets us know when we're right and when we need to get stuff together and everything. So I appreciate him a lot.
And Robert, if you had to describe Marcus as a player.
Playmaker, game changer, can cover inside, can cover outside, can make tackles in the A gap, can make tackles 50 yards down the field, PBUs when we need it most. Just a true all-around football player, somebody that you love lining up next to.
Marcus, they obviously have a guy playing quarterback who hasn't played in a while. As a defensive back in a situation like this, would you be more aggressive to try to make plays on the ball, just knowing that there's a change there and there's somebody who hasn't had a lot of experience of late?
No, I wouldn't say so. Our main thing is, you know, being where we need to be, because whenever you start thinking like that, it kind of puts you in the bind of maybe your eyes being in the wrong place, or maybe you're not being in the right zone. So we got to control what we can control and then go from there. If we stay within the schemes, the play will definitely come.
Robert, what's special about this team when it goes on the road?
Yeah, I think it's that blue-collar mentality that we have, the lunch pail mentality, that we're going to come to work each and every day. We're going to show up ready to work, ready to do whatever it takes for this team. And I'm just so proud of that locker room as a whole, just continuing to come in here day after day with smiles on their faces, doing whatever it takes to win the day, essentially.
You guys have embraced the coaches have embraced blitzing. So the last 5 or 6 weeks, I think you're top 3 in the league in terms of blitz pressure. How much do you like that, and how much do you like the ability to be aggressive like that?
Yeah, schematics are ever changing in this league, and always, part of the game plan. So I'm really proud of how our defensive coordinator has been able to mix it up, keep these quarterbacks on their toes, putting in great run pressures to stop the run, and then finding out how we can get after the quarterback and still be clean on the back end.
Marcus, you guys in the defensive backfield will be called upon to blitz every once in a while too. Do you enjoy that? The rare occasions where you might be called to get in there and mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. We're always the guys that's covering and everything, and whenever we are blitzing from the DB back end, it kind of puts the twist to the defense, and having certain edge rushers drop back, being able to make it difficult for the offense is our main objective. So whenever we can keep them on their toes and everything, is the best outcome for sure.
2 final questions. Marcus, does it help that Josh McDaniels knows Jarrett Stidham? Has there been any talks with him about what he likes to do?
We've had talks from a couple people. I would say that at the end of the day, it's a whole different scheme in a sense, and it's been years, what I mean, and stuff like that. So whenever we do have questions, or coaches or players that's been over there, whenever they want to talk about it, we're definitely open to it. But they also understand that every situation is different.
The last question.
If J.K. Dobbins can play, Robert, how much does that change what they might be able to do?
Yeah, he's been a great back in this league for a long time, and he's a physical downhill runner who breaks tackles and makes big explosive runs for them. So if he's out there, we're just going to have to do great, building a wall and swarm into the tackle. Thank you.
Appreciate you guys.
You're hitting on the road for the first time this postseason. You guys are undefeated in the regular season on the road. What comes over this team when you guys get on a plane and play football games away from this building?
Yeah, no, I think we take pride in, playing on the road and going into hostile environments. So we just got to do a good job preparing this week, and, we're looking forward to Sunday.
Thank you, everybody. Feel free.
And for you, quick question. You're one of the few guys in this room that's been a teammate with Jarrett Stidham. What's he like as a teammate can you give the coach any intel on Jarrett?
Yeah, Stiddy was a good teammate. He did a good job at doing his job. I thought, I played against him in college too. And, we just, like I said, man, we got to do a good job preparing this week. I know they had an injury, but, those guys, they want to win just like we want to win. So, we got to do a good job preparing and, getting our bodies ready to go and, be locked in.
And he's going to be motivated, right? Because this is his chance to shine.
Right.
In terms of Sean Payton's scheme, great offensive coach, been around the league a long time. What stands out about his game plans?
He always been a, offensive, I feel like, guru in this league. Somebody that, know how to, use multiple personnel groups to, create the type of plays that, benefit the guys on the team. And, like I said, man, they're going to do a good job preparing, and we got to do a good job, too, and, be ready to go on Sunday.
What stands out about their O-line?
There was a group, a veteran group that works good together. Guys that, and I think they had 2, all-pro guys. So, we got to do a good job preparing and, get ready to go against them.
I apologize if you've already been asked this, but what do you remember about going up against Jarrett Stidham in practice?
I remember that he was a competitor, somebody that took his job serious, somebody that prepared the right way. Just somebody that, that know how to play the football, like NFL quarterback, and somebody that we got to prepare for.
be where you're supposed to be, put your hand where you're supposed to be, play hard, and the rest will take care of itself.
How grateful are you just to be in this moment again?
Oh, truly grateful. Like I said, I didn't expect to be here as soon as we are. But I'm blessed, man. God's been so good to me. And, you know, that's all I can say, man. I'm just blessed and, you know, thankful, grateful for the opportunity.
Does it make any difference to you facing Stidham versus Bo or anybody else?
Man, it's the playoffs. He's an NFL quarterback. And them boys, they're gonna rally around him just like they did around Bo. And we still gotta be ready for the challenge.
What do you know about Stidham?
Nothing. Nothing. I ain't gonna lie, nothing. We're gonna watch some tape on him and, you know, figure out what he like to do. But no, they didn't like him over Bo. So.
What have you seen just on tape of how Denver's able to protect the quarterback in general, though? The sacks they've limited?
I think they got the best group we've just seen all year up front. And, you know, we're going to be ready for that challenge up front. I say every week. It's depending on what we do up front, be able to control the game and control the outcome. So it's on us.
What have you guys done well on the road this year, and what do you need to do well again to win in that environment?
You know, be together, stop the run, execute, communicate, all the little stuff that, you know, people talk about all the time. You kind of just go over it, but it's really the small stuff is really what matters in these moments.
Why do you think you guys have done so well all year long?
Coaching staff, they won't have it no other way. We're not doing, you know, what we need to do. They're gonna let us know about it and make sure that we get it fixed so you won't play.
Do you guys enjoy playing on the road?
Yeah, kinda. We just adopted that mentality of being road warriors, and you know, I don't think we lost on the road. You know, some of the games I missed, they still went out there and took care of business. So it's another one to do what we've been doing all year.
Do you notice the thin air, like the oxygen levels being different? Does it make you tired quicker?
I played up there once. I think it makes a small difference, but not as much as talked about. So,
Coach says as long as you're well conditioned, it won't
we'll
matter.
be all right. As long as we're doing what we got to do, we'll be fine.
You heard the noise about Houston's defense last week, and you guys kind of took that personally. Is that kind of the same vibes here with Denver's defense?
I feel like we're competing against every defense that we go against. So Sunday, it'll be our defense versus Denver defense. We're going to try to play better, more negative plays, turnovers, whatever that may be, and come out with a win.
What does it mean for you just to be in this position? I mean, you're going to the AFC Championship. Just on a personal level, what does it mean?
Everything. There's been a lot of work going into this with my new teammates. You know, just coming to a new team, new organization. You know, really kind of trying to, you know, figure things out. Like I said, that process has kind of been accelerated, and you know, we're here now. So I'm just blessed to be here, blessed for the opportunity, and you know, I'm ready for it.
You played in this game last year and you won it. What did you learn from that?
Do your job.
That simple?
I know that.
Like any other game?
Like
But
any
it's
other
not.
game. It's not any other game, but you know, that's y'all job to talk about that. You know, we talk about being where we're supposed to be, being in the A gap, being in the B gap, putting your hands on the right guy, and running to the football. And, you know, that's all we can control. Control what you can control. The rest will take care of itself.
Speaking of the media, national pundits, do you feel like you guys have been disrespected as a defensive unit nationally?
Oh yeah, but I mean that's what y'all do. We're gonna take care of that when we step on the field.
How good was it to get everyone back last week? And it seems like you guys are getting healthy at the right time.
Man, it was great. You know, I feel like we've been playing great defense all year, and to get everybody back, you know, really, you know, seeing the vision, you know, that Coach had when he brought us all together, and for us to put on tape what we did, you know, it was good for us, and it definitely helped our team get a win. And we got a big challenge Sunday. We're gonna try to do it again.
It's pretty cool. Doesn't happen a lot, especially for a rookie. So you can't take an opportunity like this for granted.
What kind of challenge does this Denver defense present? You've had a couple so far in the playoffs. What do they do?
Yeah, I mean they're extremely talented. They've been the top defense in this league all year. They got a bunch of good players. They got a good offense too. I mean, it's down to 4 teams left in this thing. Everybody's really good. Everybody's got really good players, really good coaches. So it really just boils down to execution.
Well, speaking of that, Mike was saying a few minutes ago that about Drake's turnovers. It's not just Drake; it's the entire unit has to step in and do its job.
Yeah, I mean everything ties together. We're all in this together. He's very correct on what Mike said. So just everyone doing their part, both sides of the ball, to get the job done.
You guys were 8-0 on the road this year. What was your identity on the road? What would you like to take into Denver with that?
I mean, what we did in the regular season on the road doesn't really matter. This will be the biggest challenge yet. Go in there, playoff atmosphere, number 1 seed. They're a talented team, so we got to be on it this week.
But what did you like about your team on the road?
Oh yeah, no doubt. I mean, I feel like we, packed our identities, kind of what Braves said, and I feel like that's something we did very well. And we just got to continue to do it.
Will, what are some of the challenges of working on a silent count?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not the easiest thing, but I mean, you get reps at it at practice. It's different.
Well, you guys just took on 2 of the best pass rushers in the NFL. This unit in Denver is more spread out across the board, right? They have more guys kind of going at the quarterback. How does that change your preparation?
It's just a different scheme, a different team, so you obviously approach the game differently. Like I said, they're a talented group. They made, a lot of noise all season. So a ton of respect for those guys, not only their defense, but their offense. It's really good too. So we just got to have a good week of practice.
Well, another road game. You guys have done so many good things on the road. What have you done well on the road that's going to treat you well this week going into this game?
We've won 8 games on the road and lost 0 so far. I mean, I'd say that's pretty good, but I mean, we've just, played together. I mean, whenever you go into a road environment, you don't have a ton of fans on your side. And, it's kind of, just the guys on the sideline. And I honestly kind of like it that way because, the only guys that you need are the ones that are on the sideline. You create your own energy, your own momentum. I feel like we've done a good job of that all year. But, what we did in the past doesn't really matter. This is going to be the biggest test yet. This is a very talented team. It's going to be an electric atmosphere. And it's an AFC championship, so we're going to get their best shot.
Have you allowed yourself to think about that, what's at stake in this game?
I mean, you understand what's in front of you. You don't take an opportunity like this for granted because there's guys in this locker room that have played in this league for 10, 11 years, and this is their first time going to it. So you understand that, this is not the norm. So you definitely don't take it for granted. You just got to get ready to go.
But just as a rookie, just to build on that, for you to be in this position on your first year here, I mean, just how are you feeling about this opportunity in front of you?
Yeah, I feel great. Like I said, it's a good opportunity, and I'm excited for it.
How great is it to be able to share it with your families, all of you guys?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Be able to have, a bunch of family come to the game. It's awesome. Just, having a good support system. Those are kind of, the people I lean on. So, to have them there, it's cool.
Any comments on social media comments this week? Good.
What have you seen from Nick Bonito on tape, and what challenges does he present?
He's a good player. They got a bunch of good players across the front, back end, linebackers. It's a good defense. I mean, there's not really, any bad things about any team that's left, this late in the season. But Bonito, he's a talented player. They got talented players up front. They've created a lot of chaos for teams this season. I know some of their D-line coaches. One of them was at LSU with me, and another one's from New Orleans. So I know them. But yeah, I mean, Bonito, their whole group, they're good players, extremely talented. They got a lot of respect for those guys, what they've been able to do this year and before this year too.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time.
And, everybody, you get that trust. I mean, it starts in the classroom. The guys, answering questions. You know, you answer those questions, and it's kind of the first kind of step of everybody knowing you know what to do, and then I mean it's just get out there and kind of like I said, I mean it's just football. Go out there and make the plays, and you know, try to be there for those guys and remind them, you know, it's just ball. So just go out there and do what you got to do.
The culture, maybe start with Vrabel and how that was just instilled maybe from day one.
For sure. Anytime, especially in the back end, one of us makes a play, it's like we all made the play. So, and I feel like that's the whole thing as a defense and a team. You know, every special teams, everybody's up watching every single one. It's kind of just something, like you said, Braves has instilled in us, and we just go out there and enjoy it. Like I said, you know, we worked so hard throughout the week and all year, and you know, Sundays are the days we get to go out there and let everybody see how hard we work. And when one of us makes a play, it's like we made it, so we get to just celebrate and see your brother make a play. It's an awesome feeling.
It's work, but how much fun are you guys having?
Oh, we're having a lot of fun. We're having a lot of fun, but we're not ready to be done yet. Thank you all.
Thank you. I think he can make any throw he wants. Obviously, with a clean pocket, man, he got the great mechanics and great release time. Obviously, man, he has a good protection. You got some all-pro guys on that line of scrimmage, so I think he can continue to be the driving force for the offense, man, and continue to push it, man. So we won't take that for granted at all, for sure.
Players anticipating that he'll be able to do some of the same things that they've been doing with the quarterback in terms of moving him and rolling him out, and some of that athletic stuff, I guess, behind the lines.
Yeah, I think that's the plan. We're gonna go in expecting that, and then until shown otherwise, man, that's what's put on film. Obviously, man, he hasn't played a full game throughout the regular season, so kind of just trying to guess what his game plan is going to be. It's a bit all over the place, but expect this. Obviously, what they've been working on all year, and if they show otherwise, we'll be prepared for sure.
7 quarterback hits, 3 sacks, and 2 playoff games. Are you in a flow state?
I think we're doing a great job as a defense in general, man. Continue to communicate. I mean, all play on the same page, and it all shows out. I mean, I think everybody's showing out and playing great ball right now, from the front end to the back end, man. I think the biggest thing that's been happening, man, obviously the coverage has been phenomenal, and you got the front 4 guys that are making something happen up front, man, continues putting us in good position.
And you've talked about how grateful you are just to be here in general, but to be here and playing in a conference title game, just like how great is that for you?
No, it's phenomenal. I never take it for granted, man. I've never played in one before, and I won't act like it's smaller than what it is, man. It's huge. It's huge for the city, man. Anytime I'm stepping out, whether it's around here or it's near in Boston or whatever it may be, people are letting us know and they're letting us hear it. And I'm happy for that. I'm happy that they're excited. I'm happy that they get a chance to experience this and get this high of a feeling that we're providing as a season. So I'm excited for the opportunity, and I look forward to going out there for the challenge.
Do you feel extra pressure in a big game like the AFC Championship?
Nah, I don't, man. I think it's just a normal game. I think the outsiders, I think that's the job for them to continue to press this and make this a different, head topic than what it usually is. But we just go out there and play our ball and continue to prepare what we've been doing all year. We should be fine.
So just like Pop Warner, high school, college, whatever, it's football, and that's the mentality?
Football is football.
You mentioned the outsiders, the doubters. I think after Sunday's win, you kind of did the same. How much of that is rooted in the people who say that the schedule this year has been weak, and do you guys hear that at all, and what's your response to it then?
We focus on Denver, man. We can't really focus on that. We focus on Denver. That's the up-and-coming opponent we had this week, so we're prepared for them. I feel like we'll still find a way, but, man, we continuously find ways just to be with each other, man, and make it happen regardless of the circumstances.
You've also done a great job of treating every other game like it's just another game. However, have you allowed yourself to think about what's at stake in this one?
Not yet, man. You can't get caught up in it. I think that's what you guys are for, to build up the hype, but I think our job in this locker room is continue to treat it like a game, continue to prepare like a normal week, man, and go out there and execute.
It's got to play all 11 of us tied in and ready to compete.
How do these things change as the games get bigger here?
I mean, it doesn't. I mean, you got to treat it all like it's the same. I mean, if you let the moment build up more than what it is, like in my experience, like that hasn't really helped. You just got to stay locked in on what you have to do and go out there, compete, have some fun.
And what would you describe your road identity as a team that went 8-0 on the road this year?
Road Warriors, man. We got one more to do it.
What have you guys done well on the road this year when you look back on what's made you so successful?
All 11 being tied in, communicating, singing it the same way, and executing.
What do you remember about playing in the conference title game?
I don't. That was 10 years ago. I don't know. It was fun. Last game in the Georgia Dome, then they blew it up.
Have you played in Denver before, and what's your opinion about it?
Yeah, the fans are rocking there. Awesome stadium to play. I mean, it's going to be a ton of fun.
Is the altitude an issue?
I mean, it's something that's real, but I mean, you can let it affect you if you want to. At the end of the day, like, the guys are in shape. I mean, get out there, run around, stay hydrated, be ready to go.